first episode of Fair Love, also known as We're Cooking with Whatever We Have in the Kitchen. Um, Definitely won't be shopping specifically for ingredients, just working with whatever. Today we're making pizza. I'm doing an herb cream cheese. Have some of this pesto garlic sauce. I'm gonna add that to the cream cheese along with like some thyme, some basil, a couple other herbs, and some salt and pepper. And now we're gonna make our sauce. We had some tomato paste in the pantry, so I'm just gonna doctor that up, season it with herbs, salt, add a little bit of sugar, a little bit of water. That's gonna be our sauce for the pizza. I'm doing a simple flatbread, no stuffed crust, no thick crust, nothing, no garlic crust, nothing crazy. Just a straightforward kind of flatbread. That's the sugar I use. That's what we had. So, like I said, whatever we have available in the kitchen. Now I'm going to go into the dough, the crust. I did like a biscuit crust. No yeast or anything. Nothing difficult. Just basically self-rising flour. Well, whether you have regular flour or self-rising, for me, I'm always going to use baking powder. It doesn't matter which flour I have. But whatever flour you have, baking soda, salt, baking powder, and a little bit of water. And I don't really measure things out. I just kind of, add water until I get like a dough forming. And, nothing sticky. And if it does get sticky, you can always add a little bit of flour. Um, my sister did not have a rolling pin, so I'm using a little martini shaker. Um, yeah, use what you got. Like I said, this is the Use What You Got food series. Yeah, just making something out of nothing. Always roll from the center. I want to say that. Always roll from the center outwards. You get the best, shape you can. Again, this is like a simple flatbread, nothing fancy. Not doing, circle pizza. Just a flatbread. Um, Always keep flour on hand, to keep your dough from sticking to whatever surface you're rolling on. I lined a little circle pan with foil. We did not have cooking spray or oil or butter, so I was just like, for it not to stick, just go through a little sheet of foil. Like I said, use what you have. Keep it simple. It'll work. It won't stick. We're gonna dock the dough now, so it cooks thoroughly. You get that nice crust on the bottom. Of course, don't have a docker, so we're using a fork, and there's nothing wrong with that, because it does the same fucking thing. So you dock the whole flatbread. Now I'm adding the sauce, spreading that around. I used the whole pot just because I was like, I mean, I didn't need to, but I'm like, I'm not gonna save this extra sauce for anything else. Like, we're not making pizza, anytime soon. So, I just used all of it. Just make the most of it. Why add another container to the fridge? That's probably just gonna be sitting there for a week or more because don't have a real use for it. And nobody's going to be looking for a use for it. I can assure you. Yeah. So you're gonna spread the sauce around, get that popping off. Make sure it's even. Making sure it's hitting all sides, corners, all that. Not dripping off, but making sure the whole pizza's covered. Gotta have sauce on the whole pizza. So that's what that looks like. Now we're gonna go into the cheese, the herb cream cheese that we made earlier, and I just did splats of this, because you can't really spread it over the sauce. Like if you were using this as your base instead of tomato sauce, that'd be different. You could definitely spread it out over the dough. But since we did tomato sauce, I'm just doing little splats of the herb cream cheese. The space is going to be filled with other veggies and things, so I wasn't too, you know, concerned about making it fit every corner of the pizza or whatever. Like, every slice was going to have cheese on it, but just did little splats throughout. You'll see in a minute how that turned out. And the herb cream cheese came out so good. So I just did, like I said, salt, thyme, basil, I think like one other herb. And then I saw that we had that sauce in the fridge. Add a little bit of that to it because we didn't have garlic. There was no garlic powder. And I think that sauce had like garlic, onion, and pesto in it. And that just like kind of pulled it together. I didn't do a whole lot, like literally just like a little squirt. So the cheese, still held its creaminess, but wasn't like runny. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I like the way it looks on the pizza. So like I said, that space is gonna be filled in with other veggies. Here I had some leftover diced tomatoes and chilies, and I was like, why the fuck not? Let's throw that on the pizza. I love veggies, extra veggies on pizza. So we're gonna fill in the space with that, and then we had some leftover onion in the fridge. I was like, again, why not? Let's throw that on the pizza as well. So I just did some thin julienne slices of white onion and just sprinkled that around. I had a red pepper in there too. I should have put that on there as well, but I didn't want to do too much. My sister's a picky eater. Her husband is not. He appreciates, all food, but you had to consider my sister as well. She already doesn't like dairy, so the cheese was already a no-go. If she added it up to her, it'd be very, very little cheese on that pizza. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm gonna throw it in the oven. I did it at 400 for about 15 to 20 minutes, I want to say. But again, it's whatever. This is pointed out of the oven, but whatever you desire for your, doneness. I topped the pizza with extra herbs and crushed red pepper. So that's what you're seeing on top, extra herbs and crushed red pepper, just to, bring the look together, bring it together. So there we have it. Very simple, very basic pizza, but super flavorful. Like that herb cream cheese just made everything, and the onion really pulled it all together. So yeah, whatever you have in the kitchen, make use of it. Have a great pizza night, and let me know what you think.
Are you ready?
Yep.
I understand its purpose. I just don't need all that purpose.
So just a little bit of cheese.
Just a little bit, but I do understand why it's necessary.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I like the herbs.
Cool, cool, cool. Bow.
That's pretty good.
Good. Okay. Okay. Feeling it good. All right.
That's really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
My toast to the chef.
Awesome. Awesome.